toss them off to an NPC. They don't have to sit in storage anywhere, or you don't have to delete them or
You'll
whatever.
be able to a tooltip will kind of explain out whether it's like inside or it's like a quest item that you don't no longer need or that's
Exactly. Looks like I get a little bit ahead of it again. But yeah, this is gonna be really nice. You get a lot of sort of quest items, or like when you complete a region or whatever, sometimes you get something, and they're nice to just like kind of stack up in your storage and be like, oh yeah, I did this. But for those who aren't for those people who aren't as like nostalgic about that, then just go ahead, toss them to NPCs.
right.
아직 정리할 게 좀 더 남아 있습니다. 네, 정리할 게 저희가 워낙 많아서.
Yeah, there's a lot to still go over. There's a lot to simplify and change up.
국기모험가 분들에게 가장 큰 진입 장벽이었던 이벤트 인장류
So the
아이템 다
next one that
없애겠습니다.
had a lot of
이게 이제 다 없애는 대신에
a lot of returning users
시스템으로
had
바꿔서
difficulty
제공을
was
해드릴까?
So
네.
event seals. So you show up for an event, you get like a petal or a snowflake or something, and it's always like a tangible item that you get through challenge rewards, and then you end up using some of them, or maybe you forget to exchange them, and they kind of sit around. And so the way that we're going to work with this is, instead of having them be these like tangible items that sit and like take up space, we're gonna turn them into basically kind of like a point system that goes into a specialized event UI. And so instead of them, being in your inventory or in storage, you can just kind of have these in this specialized UI like this, and you can just go ahead and exchange directly. So one of the other ways that this helps simplify things is, instead of having to go to like a specific NPC in Velia or a specific NPC in yes, go into Shaka 2 for your Shaka 2 seals or something. You can just go ahead and pull up this window, and if you have the certain number of seals, certain number of points, then you can just go ahead and pull things directly out of this UI.
so no more seals in your inventory.
Yeah, you still get the seals. They're just not in your inventory.
UI 안에서 다
Which is going to be nice, and it's going to be nice just to not have them like sit up, like taking space in your inventory of like, oh, when's this event going to come back around? I want to use these. No, just go ahead, use them in the UI, and they'll be there when you need them.
도움이 될 것 같습니다. 그래서 깔끔한 가방 관리 하실 수 있을 것 같고요. 그거 말고도 이제 생활 도구나 뭐 보석 액세서리류, 뭐 말이나 마차에 되게 오래된 낮은 등급 장비들, 토템, 계량석, 막 이런 되게 의미가 없어진 아이템들도 다
This is kind of a more miscellaneous category of other items.
아니면 대체할 수 있는 좀 사용 가능한
some items that have
아이템들로
become
만들어서 좀 정리를
completely
할 건데
obsolete, like let's say like
좀
low
하나만
grade
예를
life
들어서 좀
tools or
설명을
whatnot.
해드리면은
We're looking to remove a lot of these items that really just aren't necessary, that no one uses. So that in favor of the more useful items, just go ahead and streamline people into getting those directly.
결과적으로 저희가 기존에 마력이기 뜬 호미라는 아이템 하나 있잖아요. 그거 하나를 그냥 호미로 이름을
So
바꿔서
all of the different like hoe tools or any type of tool is just going to become one singular magical tool. So all the hoes, they're just going to be one magical hoe.
Except
all the
오래된 아이템들, 낡은 아이템들,
Logia,
가방 칸 많이
Duster,
차지하는
Menos,
아이템들을 각각
which will
좀
be
많이
their own
최대한
things.
좀
Obviously,
하나씩
we know that you guys worked hard for those. We're not removing those. But there's like all the vendor ones and all this stuff, just a bunch of different grades. Nope, just one magical. Oh, and that's right. We're going to merge life skill levels on a family basis. Yes, so all the life skill levels of all of your family is going to get merged into one, and any character will have access to that life skill level.
여러 채집 장소에서 이제 캐릭터를 각각 배치해서
So you normally had like a life skill for each character had its own life skill. Right? You use specific one for fishing.
Or you like stacked on one character, like this is my metal character.
But yeah,
now you'll just have a metal family on every character.
All characters can efficiently gather,
한 캐릭터로 특히 이제 모든 생활하시는 분들이나
imperial
여러
delivery
생활하시는 분들이
whatnot. So
굉장히 이렇게 불편하셨을 건데
which is gonna be really nice, especially sometimes you need to like process something on like your main instead of your alt or something, and it's like you keep failing.
So like even if you're like you reach through 250, right, and you no longer have like way to go up, we're also thinking of ways to expand that groove 50. So look forward to that as well.
Yeah. So yeah, let's say that you're groove 50 cooking and like you have other cooking XP on like other characters or something. We're looking for ways to increase that cap or find, for the guys who kind of are maxed out, find some more enjoyable way to raise that level even higher.
Talk about the tool as well.
Oh. Oh yes, life skill gear is going to be applied on a family basis
as well
now. So any character in the family, you may remember when we brought you like the multi-tool idea for life skilling. So it's kind of like that, but we're doing it as like family-wide now.
Yeah, so it's like Liana's gathering tool, like upgraded version.
Exactly. Which is going to be, again, really convenient, really nice.
Yep. Next is
yes, assembly inventory. We've been seeing this on console a lot. Moving stuff around in your inventory.
Yeah, guys, I apologize for the technical difficulties earlier.
Or whatever.
Sorry.
Can be a bit tedious. So we're looking to implement sort of a new inventory way to do this, to do the arrangement in this new separate inventory. I don't want to get ahead of this.
There might be a little bit buffering in the stream.
That's their stream, not my stream, buffering
yeah, we're
like that.
To resolve the little buffering thing real quick. Yeah, sorry guys. We're looking to resolve this. Yeah, so this new little inventory thing is going to come out for any items that need arrangement, like scrolls or I guess like your pot pieces and stuff. And that's going to help get this stuff out of your main inventory.
Yeah. So this is a separate inventory, so you can even use it when you're like moving or traveling.
Oh, and here we go. So things like ancient relic crystal shards and other scroll pieces are also, like the farming seeds, going to become stackable in your inventory. So no more sitting there, come back to your fishing character after a long night and it's just full of shards in one slot. No, they're going to stack now, just like they do in the marketplace, and they won't take up your entire inventory. And that's part of why that extra inventory for combining is going to be necessary.
Alright, let's talk about contents next.
Yes,
and,
let's.
The first thing is grind spot, right? Monster zone and bosses. Like we understand a lot of the adventurers, really care about silver profit per hour, right?
I do.
So we wanted to make sure that if you had enough gear score, we wanted to reflect the silver per hour to reflect your gear score, right? If you had enough gear, you get better rewards, right? So as you can see on the chart, the screen, we looked at average silver per hour for grind spots, and then we also looked at the maximum amount of silver that you could get from the grind spot. So you can see the top is like the Kia Thornwood for PC, and then the new Ulukira spot, right? As you can see, like all the top spots that require a lot of gear, right? When I say a lot of gear, it's like 310 plus AP, right? A lot of accuracy. But it might not reflect silver per hour, like silver per hour profit might not be, ideal, right? It might be lower than what you would expect for a high-end grind spot. So, so we're looking into definitely improving these high-end grind spot, including Dekia spot, and not only Thornwood, but other Dekia spot as well. So like I think we're trying to look into three major points when we're looking into improving these spots, right? So first, again, is increase the high-end spot to fit its requirement
이제 이런
make it
그 사냥터
towards the
조정
grinding.
작업을 마무리하면은
Second one is
접점
like
공격력과
spots like
함께
the
사냥터
underground
관련된
Calpheon where
정보들도 더
you know
많이
there's
여러분께
certain
지금
soft cap
보여드릴 수
to
있게
your
또
AP
UI도 준비를 하고
that's
있습니다.
applied to the grind spot. So we're gonna look into like
그리고 하나 추가로
adjusting
좀
this
말씀을
so that you
드리면은
can
울루킷
have better
사냥터가 이거 좀
silver per
재미가
outfit, right?
좀 다른
By
형태에
grinding.
비해서 덜한 것 같아서 최고 수준의 사냥터에
So
맞게
we're talking about
더
Ulukita a little
재밌게
bit. You know,
개발을
we received a lot of
추가하겠습니다.
feedback.
그래서 이
That
최고 수준의
it's not as
사냥터인데
enjoyable
저희가
as maybe some of the
원래는
other
이제
grind
어렵고
spots.
복잡하게
So we're gonna
한다기보다는
make sure that
연출이나
we're gonna
아니면은 좀
you know,
기믹,
improve the spot so
시원시원하고
it's
통쾌한 그런
you know,
기믹들을 이용해서 재밌게 좀
more
바꿔볼
enjoyable to
예정이고요.
grind there, right?
그리고
So add
이렇게
some different
추가되는
gimmicks. You
요소들로
know,
인해서 아마 기존
rather than
보다
make it
특이한
complicated,
드랍률도
we just
조금은
want to make it fun,
상향될 것
right? So we're definitely gonna try to look into how we can improve this. Also, and then with this changes, we're also looking into improving the drop rate for rare items for these spots. So next, we're also looking into new spots, right? On some of the unused spots in the past, like the Valencia grind spots, you know, as you can see, Istria, Akman, Pilaku, and Sulfur. So we're looking into adding these spots as the next grind spots, and you know, these spots have their really rare drops, like the treasure pieces, right? So we're gonna improve the silver profit even with those existing spots. So next is we're going to be deleting the boss scrolls.
Okay, you
no.
can't just say we're deleting them. We're improving how you summon bosses.
No, it'll be removed.
Okay,
Summon scroll bosses will
yes.
be removed. So you know, like if you have those summon scrolls, you can still use it, but and we'll make it sure that you can also sell it. So you know, so next we'll be talking about Black Shrine, and then yeah, of course we'll be adding the next calamity levels 8, 9, 10. You know, so currently if you defeat a calamity 7 level boss, you get a special world buff like for your entire server, right? We'll keep that as is, but we're gonna change up a little bit for 8, 9, 10, and instead of calling it like calamity 8, 9, 10 level, we're just gonna make it into easy, you know, intermediate, and difficult challenges.
That doesn't mean that easy is easy, though.
No. So those are, it's relatively easier than the other two.
Yeah, sure.
So these levels, what's interesting is that you'll be using your gear, your own gear, to challenge these.
It's not
new
like
levels.
yeah, it's not tied to the light orbs.
Right.
It's
So
your own gear.
you need to also have a minimum sheet AP in order to challenge these bosses. So that would be like 300 AP, 310 AP, 320 AP respectively for those three difficulties.
And you have to meet that requirement before you can challenge it.
right.
And part of
So-
the reason why you have to meet that is because of the rewards here.
Right. So you know, like these difficult, you know, levels will give you also good rewards. So you will be able to also get Deboreka accessories along with some other high tier rewards. So we're also thinking about adding some lower difficulties as well. So 5 to 10 challenge level. So these are going to be a little bit special. So where you can also get like a colored title or like a effect that surrounds your body. So look forward to that. Next thing we're gonna be talking about is Blood of Altar.
Altar of Blood.
Altar of Blood remake. So it used to be like a Black Shrine is like a solo content, but you know, a lot of the adventurers have provided feedback whether they wanted the group content, right? So this is going to be one of those group content, and similar to the new Black Shrine challenges, it will be divided into 3 difficulties, and also it will also require some minimum APs in order to enter or challenge the Altar of Blood. So it's going to be similar to previous Altar of Blood, where it's tower defense like, right? But rather than just having a mob zerg into like the middle, right, we're gonna add different gimmicks, different bosses. So it's going you need more strategy going into it. So I think it will be much more enjoyable, much more thought process goes into it, right? So and then we'll also make sure to provide better rewards than previously. per each levels, and especially like the highest level, you'll be also have chance to obtain Deborah Echo accessory, like similar to Black Shrine. Even if you fail the challenge, you'll still get like better rewards than lower tiers. So I don't think you'll be too discouraged to try it out. And a lot of adventurers might wonder why we're adding Deborah Echo accessories to these like the Black Shrine or Altar of Blood content, but it requires a lot of time to acquire Deborah Echo just by grinding, right? So like Ash of Forest or Crypto Resting Thought, it takes a lot of time to get one. But previously we thought this was the right approach, but as it's harder to obtain, it's more rare, right? But right now we think that just mindlessly spending long hours to grind would not be the only avenue to acquire this rare item. So we wanted to provide this accessory in a different line of contents. So this is only the start, and then we'll try to definitely improve the ways, about how you can obtain accessory like Deborah Echo, right?
I did just see someone in chat say like, hey, can you provide which of this is console, which of this is PC? We're just going to run through exactly how it's presented here, and then we're going to kind of do a little recap after of like everything that's like more pertained to console, so you can get a better idea. But pretty much everything that you're seeing here is like it's in the pipeline. Like consider it to be something that we're thinking about for a console as well.
Right. And as the subtitle just showed, we'll be making so that Deborah Echo accessory will be dropped as a whole, as a final unit, like a complete item, rather than having to like combine it to separate like lower tier items into one, right? So that applies to Tungrad and Dawn earrings as well. Next, we're planning to remove general trading, only leaving out the process trading. And this is temporary. It's not a permanent removal. This is we're looking into improving, the system a little bit more. There's a lot of, for the existing trading items, by having those trading items in the inventory, there is a lot of like discomfort, right? You are not able to use chat tagging or whatnot. So I think by temporarily removing this trading system, this will try to ease up those situations where you might run into.
무역만 없어지면 저희가 뭐 생활 경험치도 사실 무역 때문에 못 하는 것도 굉장히 많아요. 생활 경험치 이벤트 하면 항상 무역이 빠지잖아요. 그것도 저희가 굉장히 무역이 저희한테도 좀 족쇄가 됐던 것 같아요. 그래서 무역을 포기한다기보다는
So we're not giving up on trading or anything like that. But we're going to work on existing contents and revisit trading in the future, to better improve the system.
서비스가 이제 저희가 지속되면서
next, we'll be talking about, there has been a lot of systems and a lot of different items. There's a lot of things that we need to pay attention to as the game service went on. So things such as crystals, right? Crystal, we don't have this yet, but lifestone and artifacts, skill preset. Those are, could be a lot of,
well,
it's a little complicated, right?
Right, you gotta set them all individually.
So what we'll be doing is coming up with overall preset for all these functions. So as you can see on the screen, there's going to be crystal presets, skill presets, add-ons, all different presets. This also includes pet, your pet configuration, your fairy configuration. So we'll have this all in one unified preset. So this will be a lot of, it can be used for life skill, PvE, whatnot, PvP. So with the ease of a button, you can easily access all these different presets. Next, we want to talk about enhancement. In conclusion, we'll make it so that you gain one fail stack if you fail using Cronstone.
Yeah, this is pretty big actually. So right now, obviously, if you use Cronstones, your stack doesn't increase. Now, every time if you hit a failure with Cronstones, it's going to increase your stack by 1.
Basically.
For every
So it's a very demotivating, right? Sometimes when you fail using Cronstone and you get nothing out of it, but we understand this might not be like a whole like it will not solve everything.
Now
It'll give a
that's
lot of,
pretty sweet right there.
consolidation or not whatnot, but no, definitely I think.
And for all you guys saying, "Oh wow, it's only +1," come on, guys. Your stack is actually increasing, though. Think about it. Like if you're sitting there tapping, like if you're really unlucky and you're tapping that black star and your stack doesn't change at all, now it's going to change. Now it's going to improve.
We have received feedbacks about enhancement system needing change and needing guaranteed enhancement and things like that. We are very little careful on this approach, and it's so difficult to like come with an immediate solution. But we hope that so we understand this could be like a big hurdle for newer players and all that. So we're also trying to come up with some, easier to understand guide into the enhancement system. And also like we'll continue to improve on the enhancement system. We're not gonna give up. We'll see how we can better improve our enhancement system and make it more accessible for a lot of
this is just one change, continue to improve it.
Yep.
Guys, you gotta put this into perspective. You're talking about like the top level of enhancing with crons. Sometimes you gotta use crons on some lower stuff, and it's nice to have some stacks there.
Yeah. Again, we'll continue to improve, try to come up with different solutions as well. Always looking for our system to improve. So, we'll welcome all the feedbacks and suggestions you all have.
Okay. So, next thing that we want to talk about is guilds. So we have actually a ton of things that we want to talk about guild related. This is, I would say personally, like this is kind of like a guild renewal. It's kind of like an entirely different system. So one of the first things that we want to talk about here is guild titles. So when you achieve like certain objectives with your guild, you're gonna get like different titles applied to your guild. So like let's say you do a bunch of sailing related activities. When your guild members have high levels of sailing, then your guild will kind of get its own like label of like, hey, this is a sailing guild.
Right.
And so it's just another better way to sort of differentiate how, what kind of content these guilds are related in, and it's easier for new players or people who are guild shopping to know sort of like what they're getting into.
So a very unique way of representing your guild. What kind of guild you're trying to be. A lot of have attention to focus on. So
and I believe it applies directly to that guild.
Right.
To your guild name. So it's like sailing guild.
Yep. Obviously, there's going details about how to obtain
silent and inactive.
We'll provide more information in the future, but yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very unique and way to represent your guild.
I can already see sailing Margoria pirates.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm looking forward to that.
All right, you got to translate this. You can't be as excited as he can.
Yeah. Guild hashtag.
Oh yes, so guild hashtags. So when similarly to how there's like hashtags when you search for grind spots, we're gonna do something similar for guilds, so that you can set them up sort of in your recruitment process, and it'll be a lot easier for people to know when they're guild shopping or whatever, to know sort of what your guild is actually about and what content you do. And so you can set hashtags to represent it, and then people will be able to search directly by those hashtags, which is going to be just another way to filter. Before we had sort of 4 different categories, and this is going to be just more filtering for people to be able to search for guilds. Yep. Next, we're going to get into guild alerts. So we're working on this function here that's going to allow officers to send out like alerts to the guild. So this isn't the same as like a guild message. This will be something where if you open up the guild window, it'll sort of show up those alerts. And so an officer could say something like, hey, don't forget to come to this, you know, at 9 p.m. tomorrow or something. And anytime that you open up the guild window, then you can sort of see that alert and get informed on what your guild is doing, just in case, like, if you missed the guild message earlier, you weren't logged in or whatnot. It's just an easier way for you to know what exactly is going on when. And we're trying to improve that, you know, there's like sort of a little memo pad sometimes. We're looking to improve how that works with different like text coloring and stuff.
Guild mission.
So guild missions, we're going to kind of change exactly how guild missions work. Instead of needing to have like a certain number of people online and all do it together and whatnot, there is going to be now an option for you to pick up guild missions and complete them individually. So I know this is something that actually console adventurers have been asking for a lot, is to be able to do guild missions solo, and that's something that we're looking to bring in here.
Man, there's that many people asking to do guild missions solo. That is crazy
like,
to me, man. We need
of
more
really
group content, not solo content.
To simplify
like,
in general.
I'm just gonna build a guild by myself,
and just
but
make
like
it a lot easier
that
to
doesn't.
take
That's
missions,
stupid.
complete them, and help boost up your guild.
Ask what servers Garmoth.
That's crazy to me.
We're also looking into some different special guild missions that are going to be a little bit different from, you know, the standard guild mission, and I think we're going to provide more information on that a little bit later, but just sort of up the variety of guild missions in general, so that they're just more rewarding to do, more rewarding for your guild.
Yeah,
and
that's
for the
definitely
players.
a step backwards,
guild
like
mission
100%.
is going to be selected
Oh,
as
this
a
one,
guild.
yeah, okay, sorry. So this special guild mission is going to be available like either once weekly or once monthly, and you'll take it on with like a bunch of different people from your guild. And this is going to be something that's like,
Oh, I guess they have
so
this
like,
special
for
one
instance, guild raids.
to counteract that, I guess.
This is, or wait, no, this is separate. But one of the things that we're looking into as well is guild raids. So
Yo,
right now,
guild raids?
You know, normally you do a bunch of guild missions, you get your scroll pieces, and you'd summon like a guild boss. So we're looking to change how that system works. We're basically going to get rid of those summoning scrolls, and you'll just be able to summon each boss once per week. So simplify that. And we're making them separate from the guild mission system specifically. We're also looking to change how some of these guild bosses work to make them sort of more engaging, more fun to fight.
We're gonna have to start recruiting again, guys.
And also to up the rewards a little bit, to
Much
make
better
them more,
rewards.
to make them much more rewarding for you and your guild. And as we said before, this is going to be something that's available like weekly or monthly, where you just like go out and do it.
Yeah, so the guild raid is actually once per week.
Yes, once per week.
Yep.
And then we're also implementing a command to gather function for the con boss. So you'll get a specific call to gather for con itself. You know, your guild master can go out there, call everyone in, they'll all go back, and you won't have used your normal command to gather. And that'll be something
Sweet.
that will be available, I believe, once per week, just every time you do con. So one of the other things that we've been looking for is how guilds can better support especially their new members. And we want to be able to increase the amount of support that guilds can give. So one of the things that we're looking at is being able to provide items that are sort of essential for growth of your character, such as like increasing combat EXP or drop rate, being able to give this out more easily, more readily to guild members. And we're looking at extending like the combat EXP and life EXP buffs and enhancing some of the effects there. Also, we're looking to expand guild storage based on your guild score so that you can have
Our guild score is pretty high too,
just a lot more inventory there.
so we're gonna have a lot of
And
inventory.
we're also looking into a method for you to be able to rent out gear to your guild members. So say someone comes in and they're really new and they need some gear. We're looking to implement a system where you can sort of rent out gear to these new people.
Whoa.
And we're looking to make it so you can rent out gear up to pen weapons, pen gears, and pen accessories. Of course, this is a pretty big deal, and we're going to make sure that it's not going to disrupt other parts of our game. So we'll provide a little bit more detail on exactly how like a guild rental is going to work and make sure that it's not going to affect the game unintended ways.
I hope they do that correctly.
Oh, yes. We're also increasing guild wage. So right now, like, daily wage is only at like 5 million or something. We're increasing it to 100 million as the like max amount of wage that you can give, which is going to be nice, so you don't have to do payouts all the time. And we're also looking on methods for guilds to just be able to acquire more funds in general in order to meet allowances for giving these much larger daily wages to people.
So guildmasters have to be careful of how much they give out. They might go bankrupt.
Yeah, you can't just hit max. 1 year, call it. Yeah,
to be fair, 5 mil was, it's very
well,
minimal,
at the time,
right?
When it first came out,
Right.
I'm sure it made sense. But yeah, now increasing it to 100 mil daily is going to be something pretty different. Yep. So the next thing that we want to get into is guild history. You may know the sort of like note feature of like what everything that happened in your guild.
That doesn't
We're
work on
looking
console
to,
at all.
Sort of improve this and also fix it. Sometimes like the guild history won't show properly. We're looking to resolve this and also make it a lot more engaging. So kind of more like a calendar. And it'll have like records of different things from your guild members. So like if you can have like a 1-year anniversary of this person hit a pen debo, or a 1-year anniversary of like this person got this treasure item. And so you'll be able to sort of see that in your guild history and reminisce on things that happened and celebrate all of the fun things that you've done together. And the last thing, or not the last thing, but one of the other things we want to talk about is a guild manor. We're looking to introduce a new sort of specific guild manor where you can instantly teleport into it. And when you teleport out of it, you'll just go back to exactly where you were before. And you'll be able to share things like cooking and alchemy tools inside the manor. And I think that there's some other things that we want to, introduce into this to make it sort of like a hub for your guild. And we'll, again, be sharing like more exact details on what exactly that's going to look like a little bit later.
Yo, I'm
But
checking
now,
that shit out.
Have a little guild
I'm
manor.
putting
You
everything
guys
in
can hang
that
out
bitch.
there
You can teleport
and
to
have
it.
some, can teleport to and from it, and have some functionality in there as well.
That's amazing. A guild manor? That's amazing.
If you teleport there, you can also teleport back to where you were last before you teleported into guild.
Yeah, this is different from the guild
I
house.
think it's a good, really social gathering that you could do with your guildmates time to time. When you're after your grind session.
And of course, there's going to be functionality to it too. It's not
Right.
just for the RP gang, although I'm sure that the RP gang's going to love it. There is going to be, if you don't deck out your own residence, there's going to be sort of like shared utility there that you're going to be able to use as a guild.
Right.
So the last sort of guild thing that we want to get into is Guild League. So this is a new sort of PvP content that we're looking into that's like a 15 versus 15 guild versus guild war. So ever since like Black Desert released, there's sort of been this ongoing discrepancy between like people at the high end and people who are like just getting started in the game. So we
This is
definitely
definitely
agree
something
that, like,
that the
PvP
guild might get
is
into
really
right
fun
here.
when you're sort of all fighting on a
15v15
relatively
Battlefield
similar
rankings.
playing field. And so we wanted to be able to bring sort
This
of a
will
new
be our
method of
PvP
doing
right
that
here.
in this cool little like 15 versus 15 way. So this is one of the methods that we're looking to provide more sort of balanced PvP between guilds, between players, a new system to have like fun PvP, just hang out and fight.
As you can see, a lot of the
It
places
increases your guild ranking.
is where you might have experienced
Right.
guild.
Yeah. So we're looking to
GVG.
place a lot of these in popular GVG spots like Star's End, or right next to
Serendia.
Serendia. Yeah, like all these spots that you GVG in, we're looking to bring in some of these as like some of the arenas that you would fight in.
Man, why does their game look like that? My game don't look like
this
that.
is not
That looks
our
amazing.
only answer.
What game
for
is
the
this? Like-
recent changes in PvP system. It's one of those new changes that we're implementing. And I think it'll be exciting. I think a lot of the 15 versus 15. It's going to be different, definitely different than open world PvP that you might experience organically. But
Yeah, and it is going to provide like a little ranking thing too.
Yes.
You have like your guild scores against other decks and whatnot, but this is going to provide like another sort of ranking system. And this isn't going to be just like GVG for nothing. There are going to be rewards
Definitely.
tied to this,
Yep.
and we want to make sure that it's rewards that do feel worthwhile, that you can get some silver out of.
Oh, cool.
Friendly match rewards.
They're giving incentive money.
We're looking to put in around 200 million silver for each participant in these sort of friendly matches.
when you win, for now.
When you win, and we'll obviously keep sort of expanding on this concept, be able to provide a little bit of silver, a little bit of reward for your, guild versus guild PvP.
Right. So next we're gonna be talking about one of the major contents you could do as a guild, which is Node War. So obviously there has been a lot of changes over the years, and where we are at right now. So if we want to look at the history of what the changes were throughout the years, and you can see there have been a lot of balance changes, specific tweaks, and there were big changes, small changes, and we reviewed overall, like globally, how the Node War is going for all different regions, and we have came into conclusion that we need change. So we prepared a new Node War rules. Some of you might already have heard about it through the through the yeah, but we'll be explaining in more details today. Yeah, so if we look at the current problems of Node War, I think we can put it into 4 major bullet points. The first is the difficulty of getting into Node War. It's there's a very big barrier of entry for new players.
And for new guilds.
New guilds. And second is sniping, right? If you really look forward to participating in Node War and it ended up being a snipe from a different guild, it's very disappointing, right? You prepare for a lot, and then it ends up being no fight. So that is one of the problems. And third is the sheer differences in guild strength, right? If you end up one of the siege guilds, right off the bat you're not gonna win this Node War. So that's another issues that we have noted. And lastly, it's very difficult for weaker guilds. I mean, it kind of goes with the third point, but weaker, smaller guild is very difficult to win Node War, even if they are able to participate.
Yeah, so the main reason for this, as Starzen said, there's several reasons for this, but the main sort of core idea of this is to make it feel better to commit to Node War, and then also to make it more approachable for newer players and newer guilds to actually be able to get into the PvP scene.
We applied new rules. We thought about new rules. We applied it, or we're planning to apply it in the future, right? And we just want to kind of quickly summarize what's happening. First is that you'll be able to select which region of Node you want to participate in. So which region mean like Serendia, Valencia, right? And before the Node War starts, 10 minutes prior, you'll be selected for random region. And then once
random node or
random region
piece of that region. Yeah.
And then once it starts, there will be a neutral fort that will spawn, and the number of forts that spawn, neutral spot that spawns, is dependent on how many guilds are participating in that region. And each neutral road node's neutral forts will have a different end time. So, and it will disappear or it will be claimed after a certain amount of period. And when the node war starts, you are able to, attack these neutral forts. So, and then after whoever holds the the neutral fort by the end of the fort's end period will be the winner of that fort. So the person who claims the neutral fort will be, will be out of the war, and then the other guilds will be left to fight for the other neutral forts that are left in the field. So it might be a little bit difficult to understand, like, but well, we're hoping to announce it a little bit more in a better commentary in the future. So, if talking about what we want to like see, what we want to achieve from this new changes is that since we're selecting guilds randomly for each regions, that there will be no collision between the friends and different alliances. So it will be difficult for like even if you have an ally guild, it will be difficult for them to help because you're selected randomly into a different region. Second, you no longer have to build this forts and annexes, right? So this will kind of remove some of the barrier of entry for newer guilds, as you don't have to learn about the ropes for building forts and whatnot. And then there won't be any stress trying to find out where the other guilds place their fort, where we have to place it. There's a lot of stress involved before even starting the guild. So you can purely focus on node war with this change. So the forts, when I mentioned that there is an end time for each fort, so and whoever occupies during the end time will be claiming that node. So you still have time like to fight back and forth for the forts if the fort duration is still there, right? So there will be a lot of fights. It will be very competitive for each fight. But even if you lose that fight, it doesn't mean that you lost a node where there's other neutral forts that you can fight over. So it's going to be very, a lot of different fights over the region, rather than like the previous where you just have to protect your fort and just destroy others' fort, right? So yeah, there is going to be a lot of variables and a lot of different time that the neutral forts will end in. So there's going to be, it won't be like the one-way fight or like a short-term fight is not going to be as prevalent as previously, since there's a lot of objectives that you can try to fight over. So also, when you claim this neutral fort after its period is over, that guild will be moved out of the region, right? So this would allow for no colliding with other guilds. So if you win a node, you're out of the battle, so you won't be able to help other guild. So it's going to be a little bit alleviating for each individual guilds to have a chance to win their own node. So. Yep, so compared to previously, you'll fight over a lot of different random guilds, and what we expect is that again, we're gonna lower the entry of barrier due to less prep time, and then yep. Yep. So we've changed a lot previously over the years, and I know some of the adventurers might not be satisfied with the changing rules, and we'll keep looking at your feedbacks and suggestions, and we'll try to improve in the future as well. Also, we have to talk about rewards for node war as well, right? So we're going to definitely buff up the rewards and also perks. So overall, like the guild wage, we're also going to be increasing the node taxation, and then there's also going to be extra perk. For example, if you own a certain node, you can summon a field boss for that node. For example, if you
여기까지 거점
occupy like an
나왔고,
Agris, shrine, you can summon Red Nose
점령전의 경우에는
and things like that.
As a
So-
guild.
As a guild. So that's an extra added perks for occupying a node for a node war.
성대를 좀 보강하시죠. 물 한 모금 드시고,
Next
예,
one, we're
예,
going to be
목소리를
talking
가라앉히시죠.
about
그죠?
Conquest
그리고,
War.
워낙 준비해온 내용이 많으셔서 네,
see.
잠깐 목을 좀 축이신 다음에 진행을 하시는 게 좋지 않을까 싶습니다.
점령전까지 하고 물 마시려고 그랬는데 타이밍 잘 안 나왔네요.
Yep.
네, 점령전은 일단 지금
So,
여러분들이
For
노출하고
Conquest
하시기로
War,
다른 국가들도 상황이 비슷해요. 전 세계적으로 좀
we're going
비슷한
to definitely try to
상황이
look into
있지만
improving some of the flaws it
수성
has
빌드가 무조건
systematically.
불리해요. 그래서 사실상
Right now,
수성이
there are
적극적으로
some
이루어지는 게
difficulties
힘들긴
for,
하지만
there might be
그래서 여러 가지
unfairness in
방법을
between
고민해봤는데
attacking and defending
두 가지
guilds
방법으로
for
상황을
the
좀
Conquest
변화를
War
줄수 있을 것
or
같아서 준비를 해봤습니다.
castle.
일단
So
점령을
we'll be
이제
we'll be
새로운
trying to
혜택을 좀
balance this
추가해서
inequality
그래서
between
이제
attack and
세금을 좀
defense.
더 올리고 해당 영지에 영향력을 줄 수 있는 그런 혜택들을 좀
So for now,
있고요. 그리고 이
we'll
혜택을
be
기반으로 우리
improving some
영지의
of the
거점을 점령하고
perks
있는
for
구조들에게
occupying a
도움을 요청할
castle.
수 있어요.
So it
그래서
could be like
도움에 응하는
increasing the
그런 구조들은
taxation for the
그냥 자연스럽게
respective
수성으로
regions
참여를 하게 되고,
or some kind of
이제 수성에 참여한 거점 길드
effect you
숫자는
can
공성에
have
참여한
placed
길드
on
숫자보다
the occupying region, right?
그 조금 적게
And then
이
if you
요즘
own this
한 길드
castle, you can
잡기로
also
일단
request
잡고
for
있는데
help within that
그래서
region. So if
공성
you
길드가
occupy
조금 많지만
Valencia
우리
Castle, for
거점,
example, you
우리
can
에리아
request
영지,
for
에리아
help
영지
from
거점을
other
점령하는
guilds who are
거점
occupying
길드
some of the
중에
Valencia region
어디에만
nodes.
우리를 도와줘도
So,
우리가 이제
for example, if
성을
there's two
점령할
attacking
수
guilds,
있어서
right,
가서
or three
들어오는
attacking guilds, let's say
길드를
there's three
박살내고
attacking
이렇게
guilds
되면
who are trying to take over Valencia
적극적으로
Castle,
또 수성을 할
the
수
defender
있는
of Valencia
그런
Castle
형태로
can
좀 진행이 될 수
request
있어요.
for one guild's help. So that's going to
공성
be
측은 이제 영지
you
길드에는
subtract two
주의소환
from the
파괴가 됩니다.
attacking number of attacking guilds. So
파괴하는
you
순간
can request up to
길드가
one
이제
guild. So if
기어도 1위가
there's five attacking
파괴가
guilds,
되고
you can
나머지는
request
기어도
from
순서에
three
따라
different guilds
파괴가
in that
되고,
region.
수성 측은 이제 또 우리 뭐 도와줬잖아요, 수성을. 그래서 수성에 성공하면은
So
수성에
yeah, if
참여한
there,
모든
obviously
길드들이
the
다
participating
모여가지고
guilds will also be, receiving rewards, tax benefits. So
참여할지
um,
안 할지도 선택하시는
you
것도
can also like
도움이 좀 되실 것 같아요.
decide whether you want to help out
다음으로는
the
이제 공성
occupying
길드의
guild
수에
or not.
따라서 성문의 HP가 자동으로 조정되는 시스템을
We're also looking into automatically
지금은
for
성문을 하게 되면은
the
이
gate
종료
HP
시간이 계속 늘어나는
to
구조인데
auto adjust
오히려 사실 성문을
based on number of siege
열고
guilds that are
이제
participating
싸우는
as
전투를 하는
attackers.
그런 일들이 많이 있는데 성문이 좀 든든한 버팀목이 된다면 수성 길드도 성문을 일단 닫고 나가서 전투를 더 적극적으로 하는 그런 좀
So
전투를
I think it's going to be
점령전은
there's
이제
going to be a lot of
저희가
different strategies
거듭
involved with this new
삼고
change.
싶지만은
You
중요한
could
콘텐츠라고 생각을 하고
the
있습니다.
defending guild
그래서
could even go out
우선
to
명성을
try
되찾기
to
위해서
have more
다양한
aggressive
것들을 좀
battles
준비를
and
하고
whatnot.
있고요. 기본적인
we also-
보상 말고도 성주 길드에 대한 혜택을
We are trying to also improve the
강하게
overall benefits as a castle owner, right?
성주 길드가 자부심을 느끼면
So,
좋겠다라는
as a
마음으로 좀
Castle
준비하고
owner, we want to
보상이
see you want to
있으면서
have a more
준비 중인 거지만
clout, I guess, per se.
This is some clout.
Let's go.
용이
This is some clout, right?
So explain it, Starzin.
Yeah. So I mean, what do I have to explain? It's going to be the castle owners going to have their own exclusive mount during the occupation period. It's going to be a freaking dragon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if you own castle, you get to fly around on a
Yo,
dragon.
that is
Right.
amazing.
I don't know,
Maybe
like
not fly
how.
around. I actually don't know.
Yeah.
I may have to
You're gonna
do
be able to
Conquest
ride
War
a dragon.
just for that.
Like, how cool is that?
성주 길드에서만 운영할 수 있는
So it's going to
I mean,
be
even if we do,
I
there's
guess
no
a
way.
shared
There's no way we
or
would get a
something like
castle.
it's
I
similar
don't
to
think.
like Elephant, where the winning
좀
castle owner guild can
저희도 처음 시도해봤을 때
utilize,
되게
right?
멋지게 나왔어요. 그래서 아마 점령전 참여하시는 길드
So that's pretty exciting. That's pretty dope,
큰
right?
동기가
And
될 수 있을 것 같습니다.
to have your own dragon for a guild, you know.
용이라는 게 저희가 사실은 뭐 계획이 없던 거잖아요.
So this wasn't really a part of our plan,
좀큰 변화를 줄 수 있지
but
않을까.
we wanted to bring in real like big change to the system, and this is part of it, right?
Mhm.
멋있게 활용할 수
Yeah, and I
있도록
mean, we
해보겠습니다.
talk a lot about the
지금 이제
guild dragon or whatnot, but there's gonna be lots of like different benefits from actually owning castle.
Right.
The big dragon mount is gonna be one of them. But we're gonna provide a bit more detail on exactly like what other additional benefits you're going to get from being castle leader, instead of it having just be a sort of very flat like, hey, you get more guild funds kind of deal. There's gonna be like more additional benefits to that. So
관련 내용들이 굉장히 많이 길어진 것 같은데.
So yeah, there was.
검은 사막을 대표하는 이제.
Can we raise Jay's voice a little bit? Are we able to do that?
I think I can do that.
Okay, there we
저희가
go.
전
You guys
세계
hear that better?
지표
bit
기반으로 이제 길드의
smaller.
Maybe too loud.
Yeah, there we go.
를 뽑아보니까 한 85% 정도가 다
I think that's where it was.
Yep.
그만큼 이제 길드는
So yeah, approximately 85% of player base is in guild, right? That's a lot of players actually.
이제 막 모험을 시작한 모험가님들은 아무것도 모르는 이제 상황에서 이제
Yeah, and I mean, like,
덩그러니
even for me personally, like, sort of the guild aspect is one of the reasons that I originally got into this game, like, a lot closer to launch, actually. That was sort of, like, my draw to it, was that camaraderie and, you know, large-scale PvP and stuff. So, I think, like, the guild aspect of the game is actually really, really cool. And having some more, you know, benefits and some more systems for guilds is, I think, going to be really nice and really rewarding.
오프라인 행사를 할 때마다 어떤 모험가님들이 이제 찾아와 주셔가지고 저에게 이제 좋은 길드에서 너무 좋은 사람들 만나서 너무 고맙다.
Yeah, I think to your point, Dergif, a lot of the other adventurers are also very involved with guilds. You know, like the relationship they forge through offline events and whatnot. It's a very special moment, and something like that is, I think, what Black Desert is, why it's special, right? To provide those kind of opportunities.
Yeah, I certainly found a ton of friends through Black Desert, like through join a guild and meet a bunch of people. Like, still talk to those people to this day.
Right.
다음으로는 이제 의뢰에 관련된
Yep, so next we're gonna be talking about quests.
Yes. So quests. There's a bunch of stuff that we sort of want to talk to you about questing. The first is this quest search. So you know how we added like an ability to search for items in, you know, in all your storages and stuff. One of the things that we want to put in is quest searching. So you can go ahead and just look up a quest name directly in the game and find it a lot more easily instead of just scrolling through that whole massive list. And we're actually looking to pretty much revamp the entire quest UI to make it just a lot simpler and easier. So you can search by the name of the quest, the NPC, and the reward. So let's say you only want to look for the quests that give you like inventory slots or only the ones that give you pets or whatnot, then you'll be able to like filter that a lot more easily. Like a lot of these are sort of in their own tab, but they're difficult to find. So being able to search directly for these things is going to be a lot easier for, especially for new players who like really don't know, you know, what quests to be picking up.
의뢰 UI도 전반적으로 좀 개선을 할 거예요. 그래서 의뢰가 내가 원하는 목표나
Yeah, and as Jay's saying here, yeah, we're planning to pretty much completely overhaul how the quest UI works. You know, it's this very simplistic window right now, and it definitely needs a little bit of a facelift.
Right.
그리고 다음 말씀드릴 건 이제 특수한 아이템인데 이거는 화면 한번 보여주겠어요? 네.
So special items.
네. 탄성을
I'm not sure if I have this
동학생
actually.
의뢰랑 이제 동장비 의뢰에 필요한 이제 아이템들인데요.
So these are like the items that you need for like guaranteed pen accessories and pen armors, right?
Yeah, so related to like pen, like the guaranteed quests, like the Jatina stuff, there's a lot of separate materials that you need to like get specific reform stones or get specific, you know, increase your pen accessory to like the next level and whatnot. And this has been like, you've really needed to kind of like search for a lot of this material. You know, we know some certain YouTubers that we look up for these kinds of things. So one of the things that we want to add in for like Jatina is sort of making it its own system that you can see a lot easier. So this would be like your pen accessory quest. You can go ahead and see right off the bat like which materials you actually need and which ones you have and which ones you're working towards, and then you can just go ahead and look at them directly in this UI rather than having to like sit there and filter through your inventory and check to make sure that you have it and whatnot. And we're looking to do this, I think, not just for pen accessory, but also for like the pen armor stuff and weapons. Yep.
나중에 뭐 중범 선제작 같은
So yeah, if we get a lot of positive feedback, we may even extend this out to like Carrack or different crafting materials, right? And there's some might be complicated without looking it up. So
a few less spreadsheets to worry about, perhaps.
pen accessory, you want to talk about it?
Yes, so we're also looking for you to be able to do the pen accessory quest one additional time. Let's go. One more pen accessory.
That's big.
So yes, if you've already done the pen accessory quest and picked your accessory, went through, got it to pen, you're going to be able to go ahead and start a new one and bring that one up to pen as well, guaranteed.
Right.
And of course, these are accessories that can't be tradable. So it's just for your own benefit. And we thought pretty long and hard about this, and we think it's not going to be too detrimental.
Right.
The accessories that you can pick from are rather limited. So if you're really at that high end, going for debos and stuff, it's really not going to affect you at all.
That's
yeah,
pretty
so
neat.
A lot of people,
That's kinda
a
cool.
lot of adventurers made a point that they lost objective or their sense of achievement after they completed the first pen accessory. So we want to extend that out a little bit with this new edition.
So one of the things that we're also looking to bring in is for season graduation, gifting a Tet Blackstar weapon
That is
upon
huge.
graduating.
That is huge.
And you may think, what the heck? We're giving out Tet Blackstars?
We definitely
So
put a lot of thought into this.
We definitely put a lot of thought into this. Again, this is going to be like a lot of the other things that we give out where it's untradeable. It's it's not just something where it's like give this and crash the market with it. No. We'll provide one untradeable Tet Blackstar upon graduating
season. Yep.
your season.
So you can select from main, awakening, or sub weapon. But like Dergev said, you can still enhance it all up to pen, but you can't sell the Tet one right off the right off the bat to the market.
Yep.
Yeah, that is big. I mean, getting a Tet Blackstar.
That's huge. That's insane.
And it's also another thing, like let's say if you're
you literally
if you
graduate
haven't done
from season
for a while and
in,
you're still
like,
going for say your
5
sub or
hours.
something, it's like another reason to jump back into season.
if you rush it.
Go ahead, get that extra Tet Blackstar for like your sub weapon or whatnot, and then hopefully boost that up to improve your overall gear.
Yep. So we actually looked at a lot of the data too, right? And a lot of the new adventures end up being stuck after graduation and not being able to push through. So
Yeah, I mean,
obviously.
Tuvala has always been great to get you up to a specific breakpoint, but after your full Tuvala, you start having to like replace pieces one by one, and that can be really daunting for new players. So providing like real gear that way is something we're looking at. So one of the things that we're also looking to introduce is life certificates. So beginner and skilled certificate requirements for like processing knowledge is going to be removed. Some of you guys may remember you had to go do these like little quest lines to be able to process certain things. We're going to go ahead and remove those requirements so that recipes are just much easier to do. I know I personally have gotten DMs
actually
from people
made a
sometimes
guide
who are
for
like, hey, I
this.
can't craft this. Like, why can't I craft this? It's
Very
like, oh, you gotta go do this
detailed.
quest.
It's now going to be irrelevant.
This is just going to
That kinda
simplify
sucks,
that,
but
which is again kind of the
it's
theme
really
of
good
all
for the
of
player
this, is
base,
just
though.
simplify it.
It's one of my most viewed
And
videos.
The existing quests that gave you these requirements are going to be changed into special different quests that have kind of like a special reward, rather than like a requirement kind of thing. Yep. And then we're also increasing the base energy of your family from 30 to 50. So if you start on a fresh account, before you would start with 30 energy, and now we're bumping that to the starting 50 energy, which means that all accounts are going to see like a 20 energy bump. One of the things that we also sort of wanted to cover is quest limitations. So related quests like sailboats and frigates and whatnot had very specific like crafting limitations based on daily quests. And so these types of relatively sort of tedious, like unfun quests are going to be slowly removed, and we're going to come up with like different ways for how you can get these this content in game rather than having to worry about doing a bunch of dailies all the time.
이거를 제어하는 방식을 도입을 했었어요. 그래서 이제 에페리아 경범선 같은 거 만드시다 보면은 매일 이제 일캐들 해야 되잖아요. 근데 이제 시간이 흐르고 좀 저희가 이제 변화를 하려고 하다 보니까 생각이 좀 많이 바뀌게 됐습니다.
Yeah. So
이제 당시에는 뭐
previously you would have to go through these tedious quests, daily quests for like try to get the free kits and whatnot. You know, I think right now and it's
Carry in
time
a
for
box.
change. Yeah.
Set it down.
Yeah.
Carry a different box.
Yeah.
Set it down.
So
Yeah.
you know, starting with things like frigate, we're going to also like go into shy music. You know those.
I wasn't going to talk about that, but yes. One of the things that we're thinking about is, so if anyone knows the compose system for Shy, that's also a daily quest to increase your level, and we're going to start with, you know, more simple things like, you know, frigates, sailing, that kind of stuff, and maybe move it to like the Shy instruments and stuff too. And doing those weeklies. Yeah. So as Jay is saying here, they're looking to change it for the instrument quests too. There's a lot of instruments now. But yeah, again, that's sort of extraneous. Yes. Okay. So this is big. We are looking to make other ship licenses tradable, including carrots. So being able to actually offload this license to another player is going to be possible now, which again may sound crazy, right? This is kind of like the end goal of a lot of sailors. But it's something that we thought a lot about, and it's really daunting as a new player to be like, holy crap, like the time investment to get a character, you know. So we're considering like different ways to obtain this kind of stuff, and we're also considering adding the builder's name, kind of like creating a pen item and registering it on the market. We're considering adding the builder's name to the ship as well, so you can say like, oh man, like I got Starzen's ship.
Right.
Starzen doesn't do sailing content. But
Yeah, I do. What do you mean? I have a Carrack. Just in
okay,
case
that
you
is
didn't
true.
know.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, you do some barter.
I do have a advanced Carrack, so
that is
I'm a barter. Yeah.
Yeah. We're also looking at forest path wagons. We're going to potentially increase the price of this.
That's not even my main concern, Jet. My main concern right now is when is console gonna get any
next
of
we'll be
this?
talking about Serendia renewal. So in the past,
We may get the quality
last
of
year,
life stuff
right,
here
was already
soon.
last year, right?
I would say maybe in the next
we
3
did the
months,
Balance,
Balance
story
major
renewal.
stuff, it's gonna
We
take a
promised
long
that
time.
we'll continue improving our quest line, you know, overall quest cinematics and all that, and you know, remaster the old storylines. So the next one is going to be the Serendia, you know, as you might have expected, and the main NPC from the Serendia remastered quest line is going to be Jared and Jordine. So in the past, there have been a lot of feedbacks about how it's difficult to go through the storyline. There's fragmented information and storyline knowledge, so it's very hard to understand the story. So we all want to make sure that we improve on these points, and also like we want to make it easier to understand what kind of path you chose during the storyline by putting in a lot of cutscenes and a lot of illustrations, full dubbing, right? So we want to make it a lot more easier to understand, a lot more intuitive. We're definitely gonna raise the bar here. So if you know, like if you have been following up on the main quest storyline, you understand that Jordine's storyline doesn't end in Serendia. It continues on to Calpheon. So we also want to, you know, kind of give out a teaser of what's also coming out, which is going to be Northern Calpheon remaster story. So way it's gonna go, it's kind of going to be like a Jordan saga. It's Jordan's storyline. It's Jordan's lore. So you'll be,
I don't think a lot of people realize like how integral Jordan is
he
to like
is,
Black
yeah.
Desert's story.
Right. He's also I think very popular, right? He's a popular character. So as you can see on the screen, there will be a lot of illustrations to help you understand or get more immersed into the storyline. And then the main also not just Jordan, another main character or main NPC is going to be the Vox. So so make sure to pay attention to what kind of advices Vox is giving out, and what's this crying
Thank
about.
you,
So
Jay. Thank you, Jay, for that one.
so yeah, in the past, so if you are also like following up on the quest line, there has been 3 different paths for Serendia's main quest line, and then it all collided into Calpheon's storyline. And some of the adventures gave us feedback that some of the path has been interesting and it's fun, but it's very far off from the main storyline where Belmorn is appearing in the storyline, and a lot of there's discrepancies. I feel like there's a discrepancy in between the main storyline and the side storyline. So we definitely agree with it, and we put a lot of thought into it. So we decided to integrate all these 3 paths into one of the storyline where it features Isobel, and you'll be traveling with Isobel throughout the Serendia, and then also going into Calpheon and experiencing a lot of different things. Next is one of our favorite bosses, the Xarka. It's been well, for PC it's been since 2015 was when it was first updated. So by now it's like it's grown up, right? It's been some time since it came to the game, right?
Yeah, we all got our little Kazarka hats and everything.
Yeah. So we also wanted to, there's not much lore about or storyline for this boss, our first world boss, right? So we wanted to put a update or give you, side story which features Kazarka. So we hope you enjoy the new stories that includes the Serendia.
Is happy about this.
The Serendia story, and also the Northern Calpheon, and also the side story where it features Kazarka. So there's a lot of other things that we want to show, and we have mentioned previously, such as the 4th Ataraxian, Land of the Morning Light part Soul, or the Devil's Land. I don't know what the community really calls it, but there are a lot of different stories that we're trying to develop as well. We're definitely going to raise up the bar for all these new future contents, and we hope to provide an immersive experience as you go through our quest line in the future.
I heard Soul.
Yep. So again, definitely we'll be looking to improve our lore, storyline, and quest going forward. So another thing that I kind of secretly want to mention is the current storyline where it involves Elezra is first part of the story per se overall, and the destination where this story is going to be the new underworld or Devil's Land, demonic realm. Yep, is officially called, right? So that's where where the story is all going to lead to. So we can look forward to that.
여러분들께 올 하나의 스토리와 여러 가지 이야기들을 정리를 하고 올해에 대한 이야기 그리고 내년의 어떤 비전 이런 것들을 쭉 정리하는 시간이다 보니까 못다 했던 이야기들을 쭉 나열을 하다 보니까 어떤 면에 있어서는 꼭 이런 얘기까지 계속 다 해야 되나 라는 점도 있을 수 있습니다. 하지만 이 얘기를 모험가 여러분들을 모시는 자리에서 안 하면 어디서 하겠습니까? 그러니까 이런 점이 있다는 점 조금만 양해를 부탁드리겠고 지금 이제 요 이야기로 한숨은 이제 큰 한숨을 일단은 마감을 하고 있는 거죠.
Almost 100%. It's getting there.
변화 부분은 여기까지고요.
So this concludes our first part of change for 2024. So next we're gonna be maybe showcasing something new for 2024.
Yeah, so you saw that whole patch note that we like flashed at the very start. That's kind of like we've unpacked that now. That's sort of what we wanted to talk about, that 2024 patch note. But now it's time to get into some new stuff.
Right. So we're deciding whether we're gonna have a break or not, but we'll see.
Oh. Yeah, let's see what the live audience decides.
So yeah, we'll take a short break.
Okay, live audience wants a little break.
Right. We'll take a short break and come back on stage. Next up is going to be new contents for 2024 or in the future. So look forward to it. We'll be right back.
Wow. Okay then. So what y'all think?
How long do you think it's gonna take before we get all that? 2 years?
Yeah, well, they said 2024, so I don't know. We may get it then, maybe. I don't know.
PC.
All that sounds amazing. I think we're gonna get Alter Blood right off rip, maybe like a week or two after PC. I'm glad they're finally bringing that back. Guild Raid's probably gonna be way later. Oh, is this music? Yeah, I'm gonna turn that way down just to barely hear it because I don't want to get copyrighted. I shouldn't though, because it's Black Desert and I'm partnered, so it's not. Yeah, but they got that music from something else too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Guild Manor. I'm hoping that's not like no guild auction. I'm hoping we can get that right off rip. That's gonna be amazing. That 15v15 PvP, that'll satiate a lot of people's fiending for PvP in our growth PvE guild. Alter Blood will be our group content. I'm looking forward to those three things like majorly.
Yo.
Yo.
Barely here. Yeah.
I'm hoping for a console segment here soon. Yeah, I'll be amazed if the console segment's over 10 minutes, because usually every single year consoles only had like a 5-minute, like a footnote. Console's always been a footnote.
Let me loud this time. Still having trouble with my Discord.
Yeah, I had to adjust everyone's volume because everyone was coming through loud.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I knew it. When it came to the accessory, I was like, I need to save some money for a pen accessory, but I was like, maybe I just keep the materials. Maybe they might do a second time. We can do another pen accessory. This is cool. Plus another free Dream Horse. So I'm gonna go for my Doom.
Yeah, my wife's gonna go for the mythical sensors so she can try to get her mythical. And
Flopsy?
Yeah, Flopsy. Yep.
She can get it. Which one?
I think she's going for Pegasus first.
Ah, they already did that? Okay. Awesome.
She's already did like 4 or 5 attempts already, and none of them went through. Well, she did 6, and then she got all bummed out.
Yeah, you're top G, man. You did it in the second time.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And Graham got it too. I don't know how many. I think he was 6 or 7.
Yep.
Yeah, top G, man. That's pretty cool.
Insane.
Yeah. So yeah, another Doom horse for me. I'm gonna try for it, but it's gonna take some time. Yeah, so far, you know, of course, all this changes is gonna help. I'm definitely up for decking out the guild house.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna get a lot of officers on board going in there and just dropping shit off, like, you know, cooking, alchemy, and whatever furniture we have. Like, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, now all our characters will have the same skill, so we can just dump whatever character we feel like.
Yep.
Throw in ults in there, and then the other guys can just walk around and do our gathering. It's gonna be interesting. Definitely gets more activities going, and I'm interested in finding out what's up with the title. Obviously, our title, it's going to be kind of weird to have an additional name to it, but I don't know what kind of title we would have.
Yeah, I don't know either. It'd have to be PvE. I mean, I think we would get titles based off who we recruit. You know, like if we had a bunch if we had like 6 or 7 sailors, we get a sailor title, and then we had a bunch of just straight PvEers, we would get a PvE title, and then life skilling, life skill title, stuff like that.
Yeah, and then also 15 against 15. That sounds interesting. Guild versus guild.
Yeah, I can't.
More controlled.
I can't wait for that. That sounds super fun.
Yeah, I think Android would definitely be up for that.
We're definitely going to give the guild incentive to actually be on, and hopefully communicate more. And, you know, hopefully with this new stuff that they're about to announce, hopefully we get some group content that we can all actually do. You know, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. And then, of course, off stream, we'll talk about for tomorrow. What's up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, off stream. Yeah, this is cool so far. So far, so good. So, Dream Horse, pen accessory, guild upgrades, I guess items kind of like combined. So, yeah.
That's going to be really convenient.
So it's on stream. How long is the stream though? I mean, how long is this video thing going to go? It's like, what, 3 hours?
Ooh, I don't even know. The last year, Calpheon Ball went until like 6 in the morning.
Oh, shit. Yes, I know. Oh, man.
So probably that long.
Because I have to go to work. Huh?
But yeah, probably that long, and I may or may not be up for the whole thing. I'm not sure.
Exactly.
Like, I'm hoping I at least get the console part because I am recording. So I want to, if I get the console part, I can go ahead and edit the video and just upload the console part for everybody and, you know, do that.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds cool. Yeah, I'll definitely make that up. I'll watch that one when you have a chance. Yeah, but I'm planning to stay up just a little bit more. I don't know what time it is. I think it's kind of later for you, but yeah, it's getting late for me too.
It's 1:49 my time right now.
But I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Who else is on right here? Let me see.
Then we got Ambu, Nier. I think Nier's kind of quiet because his mic was messing up.
Yeah, no, I can. I can't hear the video and talk at the same time with you guys because it just sounds muffled and very low. So I have to shut the voice chat off in order to hear the video.
Yep, same. Like so.
But I think I'm ready for the codes.
Yeah, me too. I'm hoping one of us or somebody who's, you know, in the stream or whatever puts them in the Discord.
Discord, yep. That's gonna be good. That's coming up next. I can hear it in their voices. They're like, yeah, when we come back, it's gonna be some good stuff coming.
Like,
I want a J Hammer.
Yeah, Jay's Hammer and 20,000 Caphras.
Yeah, and okay, so you have to graduate from season in order to get the free Tet's Black Star.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yep, that's gonna be really convenient.
Okay. Damn.
For a lot of people.
That's a big upgrade right there. Man, a lot of new players are gonna be pumped.
And you can enhance it normally too. You don't gotta go through like, you know, anything special. You can just use the, you know, the massive pure magic. do it and
Yeah.
make your flawless crystals or whatever the hell they're called. And I forgot. I'm drawing a blank. It's late. I'm tired.
Yeah, I know. No, sorry. No, I get you. That's cool. Oh yeah, well, so far so good. I mean, I'm kind of happy with the new stuff that's coming around. Now they didn't state console because he kind of like said on the by and by we're gonna get around to that.
Yeah,
So
I'm just
hopefully all
hoping
this comes soon,
all this
not like
ambition
late.
actually comes
Yeah,
to fruition, man, because
yeah.
there was a lot of stuff that they announced like 4 years ago and it just didn't make it through. Like they got rid of the battle royale because Black Desert
Uh-huh.
actually had a battle royale. They got they were gonna do like node wars on the ocean. That didn't happen. It was kind of like Blue Battlefield or something like that.
Yeah.
That never happened. And there was a couple other things that I can't really remember, but I'm hoping all this ambition actually comes to fruition because there's a lot of things Black Desert needs to do to keep relevant with all these other MMOs that are coming out this year. Because you have like
Yeah,
Blue
exactly.
Protocol, Chrono Odyssey especially. Like Chrono Odyssey
Oh
is
yeah.
supposed to be, like Unreal Engine 5 on top of being crossplay between PC, Xbox, and PS5,
Yeah.
and then also have real-time combat as well. So
Yeah.
they got a lot of competition, and I'm hoping they see that, and I'm hoping they,
Yeah.
pull everything together to
Oh,
get console on point. But we'll find out hopefully later on.
yeah. Yeah, because Throne and Liberty and like you said, Chrono Odyssey definitely look good contenders right now. So yeah, I think they're trying to shorten down their stock too of items, so there's not so much clutter for everyone.
Yeah, simplification is definitely
Yeah.
the best route here, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Probably for optimization, I
yeah,
would imagine.
optimization that'd probably
Yep.
make it more that would make it more
Yeah.
optimal for the game.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yeah. Hopefully it won't be so glitchy.
that would be nice.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, thanks for streaming, dude.
Oh yeah, I just got a crown today, so I'm surprised I'm even talking. The crown, I got a root canal on
Oh
Friday,
snap.
and that
Yep.
didn't
Been there.
hurt. That doctor was amazing. I didn't feel shit. But then
Good.
today I got the crown to go on top of it, and
Uh-huh.
that hurt more because I went to another dentist for that one, and
What?
so they were like digging all into my gum when they were
Yeah. The
shaving
nerve.
the tooth and stuff. Like no, there's no nerve there
Yeah.
because they took it out with the root canal. And like the crown,
Uh-huh.
they were digging into my gum, and I guess the cement got stuck up in there, and they were trying to get that out, and so they were drilling my other tooth that didn't have any numbing medication on it, and
Perfect.
it sucked. Oh, we're back. Okay, cool.
Okay. Well, feel better, bro. Damn.
Yep, appreciate you.
To the Calpheon Ball.
There you go.
준비되셨나요?
Sounds better.
And we're going to go ahead and get back to it.
Yep. And upcoming are new contents for 2024.
지금까지는
호호.
우리가 이제 2024년의 변화에 대해서 말씀드렸고
So yeah, again,
이제 새로운
we've
것에 대해서
been talking about
말씀드리겠습니다.
changes for 2024, and let's talk about new things for
여러분 이제
2024.
아침의 나라에서
So first thing first,
다시
Land of the Morning Light.
Do you,
Once for those who have completed the storyline,
네,
do you remember the
이제
promise you
반가운
made with
소식인 것
Dulce that we'll be seeing each other again soon?
여러분들을 찾아뵙기 위해서 열심히
So for in
준비하고 있는
2024, we're also preparing.
아침의
We're really
나라
working hard
서울입니다.
to show a new region, Land of the Morning Light, Seoul.
Let's go, Seoul.
네, 지금 보고 계신 데모는
So yeah, as you can see on the screenshot, that is an actual like a
거기에
you know
남대문인
representation of a
많이
historical
보시죠.
castle in Korea.
한국문가분들은 굉장히
so,
익숙하신 곳이고
You know, a lot of Korean adventurers will be very familiar with the building or architecture. But for those who do not know, it's an actual, again, depiction of a historical site. So, we're referencing a lot of the actual sites in the historical Joseon era and previous eras, and then you will be able to experience all these different architectures and new buildings, and sceneries that you might be able to see in Korea in the Land of the Morning Light Part 2, Seoul. So it's still in development process, but again, we're trying to stay true to the historical accuracy of the buildings and objects, and even the mountains, right?
Yeah, and for you guys who have explored the current Land of the Morning Light, that's like the Donghae province, basically.
Donghae province is, it's the existing province, is the Donghae province.
Exactly.
This is going to be
and
a
so
new
this is going
province.
to be a
Yep.
new addition. It's in that part, there's like 2 gates that you can't get through yet. So this is going to be another addition to that continent.
So yeah, we're preparing a lot of different storylines that's based on Seoul, and then different new NPCs, new bosses, and we wanna let's show a new boss that we're preparing. So yeah, it's also based on Korean folklore, and then it's called Changhwa and Hongyeon. They're 2 sisters, and we made it into a new NPC slash bosses on our own way. Yeah. So there's a lot of different folklores that are really story about sisters and all that, and this
Starzan asked me for like a sisters like
folklore in the
story that NA
Western
people
culture.
would know.
Yeah,
I was like,
but I don't know. I can't really think one on top of my head.
yeah, more Korean folklore. Love to see it. I really enjoyed going through Land of the Morning Light. It was a really nice like breath of fresh air, something new. And this is going to be really cool addition as well.
So the Black Shrines that will be featured in Land of the Morning Light Seoul is not going to be a solo content. Rather, it's going to be for guilds. So it's going to be a form of guild raid boss, right? So it's going to be using their own actual gears for the fight of these bosses. So everyone's guild score will matter in these fights. And like we're also planning to add in different gimmicks, utilizing different ancient historical weapons that Korean used back in the days, right? So we're gonna try to provide more dynamic experiences when you go into these fights. You might be wondering loots, right? So don't get too excited. We're also adding a new higher tier of the weapons, the Fallen God weapons. So the Fallen God weapons, as you can imagine, it will be upgraded from Pen Black Star weapons, and then yeah, it will be a next level from the Pen Black Star. Of course, it's not this guild raid is not the only avenue where you can get this weapon. We're going to prepare different routes and in order to obtain Fallen God weapons. And there's a lot of feedbacks about new classes as well. And the next class that we want to show utilizes a sword and a pipe. I don't know if there's a better explanation for it.
Class!
So,
class!
yes. Sword and a pipe.
Class.
Yep. It's another dual wielder featuring Land of the Morning Light as a main stage for this character.
He's so hot.
Okay. Yeah. Well, male class. A lot of adventurers have been, wanting a new male class. So yeah, that's prepared for the next Land of the Morning Light update as well. So we'll be talking about console a little bit,
Yes, console stuff. Let's go, guys. Console stuff. Okay, let me turn my page. Okay, so we know that you guys have been waiting for some updates on stuff that we've been working on, and we are going to go over more in depth at the end of this stream. But for this segment here, for everyone to listen to, we want to go through a few of the things that we have planned for console here. So many of you have been asking about a native Xbox Series X and S and a PS5 version of the game. Right now, we are still in development on this, and we are hoping to release in 2024. And we will share more information on exactly what that release date looks like in hopefully the first part of the year.
So yeah, you'll be able to see actual, what it's gonna look like in the summer, and like Dergif said, we'll have provide more information on actual release date for both platforms in the future.
But right now, we are shooting for release in 2024. So the next thing that we wanted to talk about is Vel. As you may know, Vel has been a difficult topic on console due to the size
we're getting
of the
a
boss.
freeze Vel heart,
Right now,
That
we
is
are
sick.
looking to go ahead and introduce giving Vel's heart itself as an item obtainable to console separate from the boss. And again, we'll go into more detail on exactly what that means. Additionally, we are looking to bring in Calpheon Hadum, or Calpheon Elvia, and one of the reasons why we, had been sort of holding off on this content is that one of the main items for Calpheon Hadum is related to upgrading alchemy stones like Vel. And so we wanted to bring these things in together. And so going into next year, we're hoping to release both Vel and Calpheon Hadum this winter. Additionally, there is still a bunch of other things that we are working on. We know that you really want Mountain of the Eternal Winter, artifacts, lightstones, those kinds of things. Right now, we're really focusing hard on being able to bring you the native Series XS and PS5, as well as the Calpheon and Vel's Heart, and we'll go ahead and provide more information on more content a little bit later. So as they're talking about right here, there's been some talk about moving server locations, and right now they're looking to do a test on the PC North American region to try and move to a more central location. There's going to be like a global labs test that people can participate in to be able to sort of test that out a bit more, see if it's going to be more feasible to do that, and potentially we could see other regions having tests of their own.
Right.
So now we want to go ahead and introduce some new outfits and gifts, guys. It's the things you've been waiting for.
Gifts. I love gifts.
I know you love gifts.
I do.
Somebody asked me a couple weeks ago, are we getting a new winter outfit? Are we getting a new Christmas outfit? I want to know what it is. Well, this fall we do have something to share.
So we'll take a look at some, footages of what the next outfit might be.
Let's take a look.
산타빌레. 겨울 느낌 물씬
Santabilla?
나네요. 네.
This really gets me in the spirit, guys. I'm gonna drink my BSR.
물씬 풍기는데. 네.
Wow.
근데 사실
How do you all like the new outfits coming out?
네, 맞습니다.
빨리 선보여야 될 것 같은데.
그렇죠. 다음 주 20일에 바로 출시할 수 있습니다.
바로 다음 주에 나오는군요.
Okay, so for a lot of the global regions, this is going to be available on December 20th. For us,
그거는 1월 3일로
We'll have more information
we'll have
soon.
more
Relatively
information
close
a little
soon.
bit later.
For the exact date.
But we will be looking to bring this in winter, obviously with the festive spirit.
And this is a different set for female characters. They'll also be available at a later date. With,
Yeah, you saw that one on like the DK, and we'll be bringing in this alternate version as well.
아까 저 시작과 동시에 또 전 세계 몽가님들을 또 두근거리게 했던 환상마, 또 이제 유가운별 무기.
So we're just kind of recapping some of the highlights, right? The Dream Horse had Black Star, an outfit, but you know we could do more. We could do more.
부터 시작되는 이제 수적보 통해서 2024년을 맞이해서
Yeah, there's gonna be special login rewards
Right.
희미와 너드 포식
for both PC and console.
좋습니다.
So 2024 Cronstones and 20 Dark Hunger Origin.
Yeah, so make sure to log in. I believe starting from tomorrow.
17th. Yep.
또
Depends on
휴대폰으로 이제
what
받아보실 수
is
있는
today or
선물이
tomorrow
있는데
for you, I suppose.
그러면서
But
2000개
log in, get those 2,000 Cronstones, or rather 2024 Cronstones, and now we're looking at the coupon. Another 2,000 Crons, Device of Valks 150, 2 of the J's boxes, and what is this?
That's a new outfit selection box. That's the 2023 outfit selection box.
I was gonna leave it like mystery because they're talking about it.
I mean,
but
that's what it said on the title,
Oh,
like the
okay,
name of the
fine.
icon. So
choose
hopefully-
your 2023 outfit. So we released a bunch of like all class outfit boxes or outfits in 2023, and then you're gonna go ahead and be able to choose one of them.
right?
뭘 망치를 같이 봐.
There's no hammer though.
Yeah, what
Where's the
happened to
hammer?
the hammer?
뭘 같이 보자는 거야?
Guys, where's my J hammer?
Ooh.
Guys, what
What's
is-
going on? What's going on?
내 망치는 뭐든 해결하지.
Oh! It's a hammer!
Yo, the real deal.
Oh, what is going on here?
망치가 등장을 했는데 아니
Hammer showed up.
선물 주라고 했더니
Is this Jay's hammer?
That's
망치를
Where's the Jay's hammer?
Jay의 망치를 이렇게
that doesn't look like a J's hammer.
것까지는 없잖아요.
네, 그 망치도 드릴 건데 이건 다른 망치입니다. 일단
어,
영상 먼저
This is a different. It's not a Jay's hammer, but
That's not a J's hammer.
let's look at the video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's.
Energy equals mass times light speed squared. That's the law of this world. Guardians. This must be the place. Bring it on! Huh! How? 드디어 찾았다. 카리브리의 문.
That's not me adjusting the volume, guys. That's them.
하는 거야?
해가 서쪽에서 뜨는 세계로는 돌아갈 수 없다. 그래, 난 말보다 주먹이 앞선 성격이지.
Transmuted into gold? Could it be? Did gravity accelerate the particles?
You fused a gravity course. Even if you are me, I cannot let you live! This is the end, Evelyn O'Kara.
Is this an Aqua Regia barrier? Ow! Ah, ordinary gold would melt, but... It worked! I really am going back home. We grow older, when our dreams become regrets. But I'm still young and pretty, right?
Ho ho! Scholar. I heard some alchemy terms going on in that trailer.
Wow. So that is the 27th new character, the Scholar.
Yes, unlike the other class that we showed some concept of, this one is actually coming out even sooner.
So, I think Jaehee is explaining a little bit about her storyline or chronological order of her birth, I guess.
Yeah, so she's old. Wait, she's older than Igor Bartali and Alustin?
And Alustin. So, yeah, obviously there is some behind story of this. I think we got the subtitles so we can kind of look at it. But
yeah, so it sounds like she caught the Black Death, which is this disease in the world of Black Desert that has caused a lot of the sort of changes in the world. And she was this renowned physicist and alchemist, and due to her knowledge and study and training, she was able to...
she thought she could cure it, but she wasn't able to, so she was, very sad about it. To put it in a way, because I mean you're kind of living in a ticking time bomb within you.
So she made it into this other realm, able to essentially stop her disease and also stop her aging. So she then was able to pick up her signature weapons here.
That used for alchemy.
Hammers. And in that trailer, it looks like she's trying to make her way back.
Right, and as you've seen in the trailer, like you could see like that she could throw the hammers very far, and then you can also like pull the hammer towards her.
She also doesn't take fall damage.
Oh wow, that's new. Okay.
Because she has control over gravity. Remember, that's one of her signature things in like stopping her aging and whatnot. One of the techniques that she learned was basically control over gravity and gravitation.
On the hammer, it looks like there's a gravity, like a nuclear thing in the weapon, so she can move freely, laterally, both laterally and or horizontally as well. So vertically.
Alrighty, looks like we got a combat video. Let's take a look.
감사합니다.
Ho ho ho. I think I'm re-rolling.
That was pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. Way she flies around.
I think I'm re-rolling.
Oh, yeah?
물리학자면서 연금술사라고
Wow.
말씀드렸었는데 이 이펙트 컨셉 보시면은 전투 연출
So, you know, we
컨셉이
mentioned that she's a
연금술
physicist as well as
연금술의
alchemist, you know,
템이었던
and then
금속을
the concept for
황금으로
the cinematic
칠하는
of
것을
the
이제
combat is
땅속에 있는
an effect
원소를
is
더
alchemy.
강력해진 중력의
So,
힘으로
you know,
이끌어내서
like
금으로
all
치환된
alchemist's dream
치환해서
is,
이제
you know,
저렇게
transmuting
생각하는데
metal into gold.
이
So I think that
금으로
is kind of
황금을
like
연상하는
reflected
걸
upon
제가
a
좀
lot of the
찾아봤는데
skill effects and
현대
animations.
기술로도 납을 금으로 바꾸는
Vaha.
하더라고요.
I see you called me out.
이제 다만 이제
We'll see. We'll see.
비용적 수지 타산이 맞지
Yeah, so
않아서
her
아무도 안
ability
하고 있을
is to
뿐이라고
transmit
하는데
many metal
사실
into gold, and you can
황금을
see that in a
만든다면
lot of her
상상을
animations. She'll make sort of
게임적으로
like
좀
an
풀어봤습니다.
arc of gold,
그리고 이제
and
영상을
a lot of
보시면은
her
아마
effects
특정점
landing on the
하나를
ground
보셨을
has
거예요.
like a
다들
big
그
sort of
부분을 이제
transmutation
반응해
circle or
Right.
other
찰나는
alchemical
두
effects
개의
on it.
방치와
You know,
양손
I'm a
방치를 함께
I'm a
사용합니다.
big fan of magic
네,
as
찰나는
science,
각성
and I
기능이
love the
있고
whole
대신
like
개방을
alchemy
통해서
type beat.
각성 기술에
So
해당하는 여러 기술을 함께
this might get
사용을
me,
합니다.
you know.
Right.
This might get me.
개방 무기는 두 개의
Yep. And it's
방치를
good to see
하나로
she
합친
uses
양손
two
방치고
hammers and she can fuse it
외형적인
into
부분을
one big
보면은
slash hammer. So
약간
that's pretty
백자 같은
unique concept.
면모를 지닌 이제
Yeah.
학자를 표현하기
Yeah, I mean, we
위해서
saw something. I think a lot of
르네상스 시대의
people
학자들이
were
이제
comparing her to, say,
초상화를
Guardian.
입고 있던 그런
We saw a lot
의상들을
of,
모티브로 좀
I guess,
외형을
similarities with
해봤고요.
like the one small thing
성문을
turning into like
탐구해서
one big thing.
신의 영역으로 한 걸음 나아간
And
인간이
definitely can see some of that, but her mobility is totally different.
Right.
She's much more vertical with a
One
lot
thing
of the
to
stuff
mention
that
is
she's
also
doing.
that she doesn't have awakening, so there's going to be kind of like a way to unlock the you know, awakening skills. So
Yeah, we're
you'll
calling
be
it Ascension, I believe.
Ascension and mixing it up a little bit between two.
And so it's going to be a little bit
stances.
different than Awakening.
Right.
망치 달라고 그랬다가 아주 새로운 거를
So,
경험했습니다.
Yeah, we asked for hammer and we got
아,
we kind of got hammer, I guess.
We did get a hammer.
We did have hammer, but not what we expected, right? But
So
Very
for PC guys, you can try out Scholar tomorrow on Global Labs.
Tomorrow on Global Labs.
And on PC stuff, we're going to go ahead and release on December 20th. Our console, we will keep you updated.
Right.
And we'll go over more details and stuff after the broadcast as well.
제가 사실은
Yep, Scholar.
그저께 졸업을 했거든요. 그러면 바로 또 졸업하러 도전을
Pretty very exciting class looks like.
I don't know why they keep on doing
I
this
don't
with the
think there's any
classes.
class
I don't
that
know
can,
why they
like,
just don't release them simultaneously,
around,
but
like,
whatever.
Vertically,
I know like
horizontally,
DK
that.
has some skills where
Right.
she'll like fly up or kind
Yeah.
of go back and forth.
I
Like
mean, we do have lawn, but
yeah, lawn is more like long
But you
long
don't-
movement
right.
rather than short movement. You know, we've seen some stuff with Awakening Draconia where she can kind of like rise up, land down. But this whole concept is sort of completely fleshed out, and it's very different with Scholar. It's a lot of sort of up and down movement, back and forth movement, throwing the hammer, teleporting to it, that kind of thing, which is pretty cool. So Jay's commenting on how Scholar uses 2 hammers, which means we're going to go ahead and give 2 Jay's hammers.
2 hammers.
So add that to your Jay's hammer that you already got from the raffle, and
Yeah.
that's a few taps.
A few taps.
박수 한 번만 주시면 안 되겠습니까? 네.
Let's go.
There we go. Yes, 2 Jay's hammers. We'll go ahead and add those times 2 Jay's hammers.
Yeah. Add that to the pool of our coupon. So
we go.
what do we have like 2,000 crowns
2,000
stone,
crowns, 150 stack.
150 stack.
Oh, okay, we're just going to double all of it.
Make it double.
There we go.
하나씩 더 드리겠습니다.
So that's going to be a total of 4,000 cron stones, 2 of those 150 stacks, 4 of your Jay's boxes, and 2
2
of your
outfits.
Choose Your 2023 outfit box. And of course, the 2 Jay's hammers.
Let's go. That's big. So I think that's biggest coupon we got so far since any of our past.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, no, that's they're just commenting on how insane it is. Yeah, so here's the outfits that we released in 2023. So we had Taebek, we had Yorom, we had Lovely Bloom, and then we had Wonderland. These are all sort of the 2023 outfits. You're going to go ahead and be able to choose any one of those from the box, and you're getting 2 of those boxes, which means you can either get twice of the same outfit, or you can get 2 different ones from that 2023 selection. Yep, which is awesome. I personally, like, I didn't end up getting Yodam, and now I'm happy because I could get Yodam.
Wait, we're adding more to the coupon.
Even more? Okay, so we're doing full reroll coupons as well.
Yep, weapon exchange coupon box and the sub-weapon exchange coupon.
Nice.
So they'll be added.
Okay, reroll coupon 2.
Ready for the scholar?
정말 새롭게 도전을 하고 뭐 이 즐기시는 분들이 굉장히 많았잖아요. 근데 시즌을
Those hammers look so big on
It
stage.
is big.
Yeah,
It is,
I just
I
want to
don't
pick
know how
them
they
up.
made that. How did they make that?
What do you mean? All of our stuff is real, remember?
Oh. Does it have a gravitational
Yeah, I don't know.
core
Maybe
can
that's
control
yeah.
gravity?
Maybe that's why they're not picking it up. Maybe it's like they're not the chosen one, right?
All
They're
right,
not
there's the
worthy.
coupon code.
Okay, here's the coupon code 2023 with Calpheon. Go ahead and enter that. You can enter it in the website on your mobile app, or you can go ahead and open up your menu, scroll down to Adventurer Support, and click on Coupon. Go ahead and enter that as long as your account is linked with your website account, and you will get all of those lovely rewards.
That's awesome.
Double hammers. You said you failed your Black Star tap, right? Now you got 2 more.
Yeah.
Surely it goes.
Surely it goes this time. Yep.
굉장히 많은 일이 있었던 한 해인 것 같습니다. 네, 다들 이제 잘 아시겠지만 그래서
Yep.
저희가
So
이제 2023년에
this kind of wraps up our Calpheon Ball for today. You know, we've talked a lot about what needed to be changed, what needs to be changed. So we hope that this first part of our stream, where we kind of showed the patch note, was a good direction that users might, you as adventurers might be anticipating in the future for. Again, we'll constantly take in feedbacks and we'll constantly strive to improve our game service and our game world.
또 중간에 이제 제가 아까 말씀드렸는데 저희가 기존
Yeah,
연에는
Vaha, if you have some time, can you just spam the coupon in chat? I saw you already put it in YouTube chat. Just go ahead and throw it in Twitch chat too.
그래서 또 만들고 연에서 또 보여드려야 되니까 또 만들고 이러다 보니까
Yeah, so I think as Jay is saying here, like a lot of our Calpheon Ball, Heidel Ball, we oftentimes we focus almost entirely on like new content. This one was kind of a different ball. We spent the first half focusing on updates to existing content, how we want to really simplify the game for everyone, for new players, returning players, for long-term players, simplify, optimize the